Jefferson Franklin Long's journey began amidst the brutal era of slavery, a time when countless lives were dehumanized. Born on March 3rd, 1836, near the city of Knoxville in Crawford County, Georgia, to an enslaved black mother and a white father, he entered a world of cruelty and oppression where human dignity was constantly under threat. Slaves were treated as property, denied basic human rights, and subjected to their owners' whims. Despite these circumstances, Long exhibited a resilience that would shape his future. Even as a child, Long had a thirst for knowledge and a desire to understand the world beyond his immediate surroundings. He recognized that education was the key to freedom, a beacon of hope in an otherwise bleak existence. His chance came when he was hired to work at a newspaper in Macon, Georgia, a pivotal moment in his life. Surrounded by words, Long taught himself to read and write while setting up type for the newspaper, a monumental achievement for someone in his position. This act of defiance was a bold statement against the oppressive system that sought to keep him ignorant. It was illegal for slaves to be literate, but Long was undeterred, driven by an unyielding determination to rise above his circumstances. He knew that knowledge was power, a tool that could help him carve out a path to freedom and self-determination. Long's courage to educate himself planted the seeds for his extraordinary journey, a journey that would see him break free from the chains of slavery. He transformed from an enslaved child into a beacon of hope, a symbol of what could be achieved through perseverance and education. His story reminds us that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit yearns for freedom and enlightenment, and that with courage and determination, one can overcome even the most insurmountable odds. Long was freed by a successful businessman by the name of Edwin Salisbury after his father sold him. The year 1865 marked a pivotal time in American history. It was a year that would forever change the landscape of the nation, bringing an end to a brutal conflict and ushering in a new era of freedom and opportunity. The Civil War ended and slavery was abolished. The Emancipation Proclamation had set the stage, but it was the end of the war that truly marked the beginning of a new chapter for millions of African Americans. For Jefferson Long wasted no time in embracing his newfound freedom. He quickly set about building a life for himself, leveraging his skills and determination to carve out a place in society. He married Lucinda Carhart in 1860. Their union was not just a personal milestone, but also a symbol of the new opportunities that freedom afforded. Together, they built a life in Macon, Georgia. Long's entrepreneurial spirit flourished. The bustling streets of Macon became the backdrop for his ambitions, and he was determined to succeed. He established himself as a successful merchant, owning and operating a tailor shop. His business became a cornerstone of the community, a place where people gathered and shared their lives. As a freed man, Long was determined to ensure that others could also taste the fruits of liberty. He understood that true freedom meant more than just personal success. It meant lifting up the entire community. He became an active member of the Republican Party. This was a time when the party was a beacon of hope for newly freed African Americans, advocating for their rights and opportunities. Long's involvement in politics was a natural progression. He had a vision for a better future, not just for himself, but for all African Americans. He saw it as a way to fight for equality and justice. His speeches resonated with many as he spoke from the heart, about the struggles and aspirations of his people. He believed in the promise of America, a nation where all men are created equal. This belief was the cornerstone of his activism, driving him to work tirelessly for the rights of all. His journey from slave to businessman to political activist was a testament to his unwavering belief in a better future. Jefferson Franklin Long's life story is a powerful reminder of the resilience of the human spirit and the enduring quest for freedom and equality. The Reconstruction era following the Civil War was a time of great hope and immense challenges. The South, still reeling from defeat, grappled with integrating newly freed slaves into society. It was during this tumultuous period that Jefferson Long's political star began to rise. Long's reputation as a successful businessman and advocate for black rights spread throughout Georgia. He possessed a sharp intellect and a commanding presence. He was not afraid to speak truth to power, even in the face of adversity. In 1867, Long became a well-established member of the Republican Party, and in 1870, an opportunity arose for Long to serve his community on a larger scale. Long was elected in 1870 to the House of Representatives to fill in for the remaining time for Samuel F. Gove in 41st Congress. Long served in the House of Representatives from January 16, 1871 to March 3, 1871, serving only 3 months. From 1869 to December 1970, Georgia had no representation in the House of Representatives due to the lack of ratification of the 15th Amendment. The most notable thing Jefferson Franklin was known for was his speech at the Georgia House of Representatives in opposition to a bill giving amnesty to Confederates and speaking against the Ku Klux Klan. After this speech, he hurt his chances at being reelected, and it also tarnished his reputation with the local whites. From 1872 till 1880, he served as a delegate of the Republican National Convention. For the remainder of his life, he worked as a tailor with his son. Despite being in the House of Representatives for only 3 months, he accomplished a lot more in those 3 months than most politicians do after many years of service. He was the first black man to ever speak in the Georgia House of Representatives. He was also the second black man to ever be elected to any office in the United States, and Long was the only black man to ever be elected to the Georgia House of Representatives during Reconstruction, and was the only black person to represent the state of Georgia till Andrew Young was elected in 1972. Long died of influenza on February 4th, 1901, at the age of 64. Long may be gone, but his legacy will live on and will be well known as one of America's first trailblazers. If you love Black history like I do, check out my Black History playlist. If you want more content like this, come back next week when I release another Black History documentary. Please like, share, subscribe, and ring that bell to be notified of my next video. And thanks for your support.